see when you're eager, because I feel like there's just some things the ends teach you in it, and I feel like not a dickhead, am I a dickhead? However it rolls out your mouth is probably the most dangerous and self-destructive words, that your mind can echo in your head, because the things that like you will, am I a dickhead? It's like I'm thinking of something that makes you. It's like an instant senzu bean, but that am I a dickhead depending on the circumstances only lasts but 10 seconds. Yeah. You've got 10 seconds to utilize that am I a dickhead to the fullest of your ability. Before reality starts to settle in and you have to adjust your situation.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a dickhead, but now I've gone and done this. Now I become the victim because I'm not a dickhead.
I've been there.
But you're going to try and make it seem like I'm a dickhead right now because there's 8 of you. So
it goes 2 ways. It goes both ways. Because they can ask themselves, am I a dickhead?
Well, am I a dickhead?
And then you're like, I'm not even trying to call you a dickhead.
Because there's bare man as well.
Yeah, it's just long. It's like, what?
Yeah.
For some reason, well, not for some reason, but when man them are with man them, the man are always confident, fam.
Yeah, and the one that's not even bad is the one that has to start
Yeah,
talking.
it starts talking, fam.
Like the one that probably gets bullied in the group. Oh, time to show my real power.
Yeah, fam.
Like, bruv,
let me stick it on this because these man stick it on me.
Yeah.
Am I a dickhead nearly cost me my life? And that's when I learned. I was like, do you know what? In this life, be fast. Be fast. Be strong or be fast. It's A or B in the neighborhood.
I'm both.
I chose.
You're not fast no more, bro. Stop.
Bro, I'm fastest in this room.
I learned that be fast suits me better. I'm 6'1", my legs work great. It's good. Do you know what I mean? I was just like in the food chain. I was like, do you know what? The way I'm built, I was like, scrapping was cool, but I'm too lightweight for this stuff. There's man, I keep getting bounced around on the playground. I'm gonna be fast. And I will never forget one time there was something on the ends, and it was like this girl had a birthday party or whatever. She booked the little hall on the A10, like Edmonton County A10 petrol station. There was a little hall right behind it.
Yeah,
and we see the scenes. Had it now. She's had her little party. Don't know. You know how it is. Texting. Everything gets around. So everyone knows who it is. People who aren't invited come.
Yeah.
We were having a great time, and Pyru have come to the party in full effect. Maybe this is like 2007, 2008. Like bandanas were rife.
What? The red thing?
Yeah.
Came in all red. Jesus.
So imagine you've just come out having a good time. One of your New Year's parties, birthday vibes. Everyone's in the kitchen having a good time vibes. You step outside and you just see the Legion of Doom. Like,
yeah, that's how Shoots was in the ends. Yeah, all the time, all the time. The man that couldn't get in, they'll be waiting outside.
From about 21 to their 14s, like in age range, and oh Lord, like, and how can I navigate this? Everybody, do you know in the short, I just saw everyone scrambling, like. I saw everyone trying to run for themselves. I saw people who weren't, am I a dickhead, not trying to move. And I could see pressure adding up on them. And everyone kind of declared, like, if we came here like this, we're going to do our best to leave like this. But there was a every man for their self vibe in the air. Yeah. I'll never forget when we were cutting back to the A10 to avoid the drama, and, like, you're running. And you can see man hiding in places while you're running. So you're cutting back to the Vamo A10, I saw one veteran under an ice cream van. No. And I was like, this is fair. This is real fair. I saw man under an ice cream van. And there was do you know what it is? I never knew there to be so many people under one Legion, And it was like, no, some blocks must have linked up today because there is too many people. You know when you thought that was the worst of it?
Yeah,
we've come away because like that it exited out onto like an estate, like those tower blocks like along the A10.
Yeah.
It exited out onto there, but then so we're like, all right, everything's kicking off on the back of that estate. We've escaped that. I've seen man hiding under cars. I've seen man doing 10 toes. We're now back on the A10, like where the bus stops are, by the petrol station and whatnot. Even when we was cutting there before we came out onto the A10, I was camping in one like passageway in it. And I saw like people from my class like past like the gap, and I was just like, and when you see certain people and you're like, if he's running, it's long.
That's hype.
And
Bro, the enemy was there. Why did Riley? Like, I don't understand, fam.
Came out onto the A10. Everything's fine. We're standing there waiting for the bus because there wasn't an Uber time thing them days. So it was just like the bus is coming.
For like 217.
We're gonna cut, and these times it's like maybe it's in like 11, 10, 30 something. Like it was late. Like but buses aren't running swift, and it's the A10. They come every so often.
Yeah.
Now all we see on the hump, like Edmonton County sides, is both sides of the road. Man are walking down the middle of the street on both sides of the A10 hill, and there's more of them. They have mopeds. They have motor vehicles. Okay. Like, and I was just like. There was, when there's just so many, you're like, this is going to go wrong. But you know what? We're in a similar kind of number. We're going to stand our ground. And because running's long, where are we running to? Like, do you know what I mean? Bus is going to be here any minute before they get here. Bus did not come. They got to us. Each man had about 6 individuals sticking it on each man. So it was just like, it's not even a back each other thing. It's a stand your ground thing.
Yeah.
And what was worse is it's just like the main thing I remember, I can't remember everybody else's situation, but it didn't seem in my peripheral vision, it didn't seem to be adding up to what mine was adding up to. I felt like my situation. I didn't get the grace. I did not get the grace that my friends got. I got the short straw that day because everyone's like, the progression was slow. Like, you saying, what you man got for me? Like, it was slow. And my one, the guy that came up to me was just like, I'm gonna count to 3, and if you don't empty out your pockets, I'm poking you up. I said, the critical thinking,
bro. You said a lot. You said a lot so quick, fam.
The critical thinking. I was like, because my brain was like, well, you know what? He made that statement with empty hands. So I was just like, maybe he's bluffing. Like, and then he's like 3, 2, and I was just like, he's saying
the Michael J. White
count of 1, but I can't see the knife. So maybe it's not that deep. Before I knew it, someone poking me, like he must have been in year 8. It was a genuine younger because he was below my shoulders, and I'm still in school, and someone's poking me in the side of my jaw with a bottle now. Probably a Heineken, like what green thing, like lid jubbing me in my jaw, and I was like, I could see he was small, and I was just like, I'm trying to focus on this guy that's got bandana. All I can see is his eyes, and he said he's gonna stab me up in the count of 3. You're poking me in the bottle on some joke thing, and I was just like, this is a lot to process after a night of vibes, like. And nobody else seemed to have my kind of pressure. And it was just like, I could see the random looking left, like, I can't, like, Devante's situation looks like it's adding up. But I still I can't, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but before my man got to 0, got to do any knife work, the youth smashed the bottle on my head. But...
I think I remember this story.
Well, it was the night I nearly died. I genuinely nearly died that night. But... my only saving grace was I had cane rolls them times. So you know how it's like thick like this on the top? Yeah. And I always wore do-rag them days.
Yeah.
So it's smashed, but it's just smashed on my hair. Like it hasn't actually connected to my skull.
Yeah.
But on the outside looking in, this looks mad. Like the Devante's just been bottled and it's on top over there. Like glass is smashed. I just felt like, shards like hitting me. And I just said, because there's certain violations growing up, you just don't. No one had taken my phone. Like, I wasn't getting pressed at school. Like, I hadn't been that individual until this unfortunate moment.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, I've been bottled for the first time. Am I a dickhead? Senzu being kicks in. my pride was touched. So,
of course,
instantly, as I had the bottle smashed, I was like, bottle for the first time. It's a public setting. Like I was vexed. Literally the words while we're surrounded by a sea of mandem, like because if our backs were against the wall, the thickness of their mandem was over to you, and they were on a semicircle thing. So and the pressure was raw, and the second that happened, I couldn't. I just saw white. It was like, boo. It was just like. Nobody's here now. And I just heard, I said, am I a dickhead? And the one that said he was going to poke me up, I palmed his chest and I shifted him out my way. And I walked outside the semicircle because they were like, raw, like they've just heard the smash. I pushed them man out the way. And as soon as I, like, literally, that was it. You got 10 seconds. Am I a dickhead? I walked outside the semicircle and I said, what the fuck have I just done? I looked over my shoulder and I saw them all running at me. And I said, yeah, we've got to take off. We just got to take off. Yeah. It was fight or flight. And I chose flight because I was like, there's nothing I can do to win in this situation.
Yeah.
No. Unless you're a trained fighter, innit?
Some man would have just handed the phone, fam.
No,
I wouldn't have handed my phone, but yeah, I do hear you. Some man would have.
But the 10 toes I did.
I just don't know if you hand your phone if you're gonna still be cool. I just don't know, innit?
That's true.
Handing your phone, take a hit thinking, bro, what's unnecessary, fam? People rush me thinking, bro, what am I... Nah, bro, I just don't hand over the phone.
And you know what's the crazy thing? All that drama, all I probably had was like a Nokia something and an Oyster card.
That was good back then.
Maybe a $5. Like, do you know what I mean?
Nokia
like,
6030i.
do you know what it is?
6030i.
Bro, I know what they used to go for.
6210, 3210.
I was terrible.
Go to Finchley, get yourself a good £80 minimum, fam. Sometimes a 120.
The times it was, maybe I had a young cyber shot that my cousin gave me for my birthday. Like, she got her upgrade and she gave me an old cyber shot thing.
Yeah.
Like, the one with the little slide down thing. Like, maybe that was in my pocket.
Or the D500.
Yeah.
Boy.
The moral of that story is think twice before you say, am I a dickhead?